In this video, we'll be telling about some tips and tricks in iPhone 15. First thing is that in iOS 17, there is a new feature called contact posture. What that means is that when you are clicking on your contacts, above you can see your name. Just click on this and here you can see contact posture option. Here you can set your contact posture. Just click on this edit button and here you can see again edit button. After clicking on that, you can set your photo and your name here. After that, if you are calling anyone with iPhone, they can see your contact like this. So this is an interesting feature. Now in iPhone 15 also there is dynamic island feature. Some apps will work in this dynamic island. For example, music application will work here. If you are playing any music, you can see that will be added to dynamic island. And after that, if you want to control this music, you don't want to go to that application again. Long press on this dynamic island. When you are long pressing, you can see that music app. You can control that music from here. And one of the major change in iPhone 15 is that now you'll get Type-C charging port. One use of getting Type-C charging port is that you can connect Type-C accessories. If you want, you can connect hard disk also. And in camera, if you want to change resolution, you can change resolution. But if you are going to camera app, you cannot see option to change resolution here. For that, what you need to do is open settings. After opening settings, here you can see camera option. Click on camera. When you are clicking on camera, here you can see so many options. Here you can see record video option. You can set default video recording resolution from here. If you want to record in 4K, you can set that. Or if you want to record in Full HD, you can set that also. Here you can see slow motion resolution, then cinematic video resolution also. You can set according to your need. And down here you can see one more option, formats. Click on this option. When you are clicking on that, here you can see resolution control. Sometimes this will be turned off. You need to turn this on. After that only you can take 48 megapixel photos. In iPhone 15 there is 48 megapixel camera. But normally in iPhone 15 camera application you cannot see that 48 megapixel mode. But after turning on this resolution control, in camera application you can see HEIF max. When you are turning that on, photos will be clicked in 48 megapixel mode. And here photo mode option is there. Here you can set default resolution for photos. And in camera, if you are taking any person's or object's photo, here you can see one F button. If you are clicking on that, after taking photo also you can adjust the focus. And most of the time, phone will automatically detect that and turn on that option. And afterwards, you can change portrait effect. Now, if you want to crop any photos, it is very simple. Go to Photos application. Zoom that photo in the way which you want. After that, above you can see crop button. Click on this crop button. When you are clicking on that, you will reach crop page. So by just zooming, you can crop any image. Now in iPhone 15, there is a feature called standby. What that means is that if you are putting your phone in charge and keeping your phone like this, it will act as a smart clock. To enable that standby mode, what you need to do is go to settings, and in settings you can see one option, standby. Click on this standby option and here you need to turn this on. And in iOS 17, in FaceTime there is a new feature. During FaceTime call, if you are showing any action, you can see emoji of that action. For example, if I am doing like this, the other person can see thumbs up emoji coming. And another feature is that now you can add contact widgets like this. To add widgets, what you need to do is long press on your home screen. When you are long pressing, above you can see plus button. Click on this plus button. After that, from widgets, select contact option. And after that, select your favorite contact. And when you are selecting that, you can see a widget like this. And interesting thing is that from here only you can directly call that contact or message that contact. Option for that is there here. And in our smartphone, we used to move applications. For example, I am moving this application. After that, I am clicking on this done button. If you want to revert that, what you need to do is just shake. When you are shaking, you can see undo move app. Click on undo, and when you are clicking on that, that will be undone. And by default, when you are setting your phone, you cannot see battery percentage. To see battery percentage, go to settings. In settings, you can see battery option. Click on battery. Here you can see battery percentage option. You need to turn this on. And in this settings, one more option is there. Here you can see battery health and charging. Click on this option. Here you can see charging optimization. Click on this. Either you should set in 80% limit or optimized battery charging. It's better to select either of this. If you are setting it to 80% limit, phone will be charged only up to 80%. And in settings, you can see one option, emergency SOS. Click on this option and make sure that call after serious crash is turned on. To access control center, what you need to do is you need to swipe down from right corner area. When you are swiping down, you can see control center. If you want to customize this control center, you can do that. For that, go to settings. In settings, you can see control center option. Here, if you want to add anything to control center, what you need to do is down here you can see plus button. Click on this plus button. When you are clicking on that, that option will be added to control center. If you want to remove anything, you can do that also. If you want to see every apps in this smartphone, what you need to do is, you need to swipe to last page of your home screen. After that, again you need to swipe. When you're swiping, you can see app library. Here you can see every app sorted. If you want to search for applications, you can search from here. If you want to move from this application to last used application, what you need to do is just swipe here. You will automatically reach last used application. If you want to set notification style, you can set notification style. For that, open settings. In settings, you can see notifications. Click on notifications. When you are clicking on that, here you can see option to set notification style. And if you want to off any application's notification, you can do that also. For that, what you need to do is click on this app. By default, this allow notifications will be turned on. If you don't want notification from this application, you can turn this off. After that, you will not receive notification from that application. Normally, when you are setting up your phone, when you are typing, you will not feel that haptic feedback. That means vibration effect. For that, you need to enable that settings. For that, go to settings. In settings, you can see sounds and haptics. Click on this option. When you are clicking on that, you can see keyboard feedback. Click on this option, and sometimes by default, this haptic option will be turned off. You need to turn that on. After that, when you are typing, you can feel that vibration effect. And when you are typing anything in WhatsApp or any other application, if you want to edit anything in between, you don't want to go there, what you need to do is long press on the space button, and after that, move like a cursor. After that, you can move it like this, and you can place it wherever you want. And there is another option called back tap. What that means is that you can set double tap or triple tap option. When I am double tapping on my phone's back, screenshot will be taken. To set that feature, what you need to do is open settings. In settings, you can see accessibility option. Click on accessibility. In accessibility, you can see one option touch. Click on touch. When you're scrolling down, you can see back tap option. Here two options are there, double tap and triple tap. Click on double tap, and from here you can select anything you want. In my case, I have set screenshot. That means when I am double tapping on my phone's back, screenshot will be taken. Likewise, you can set triple tap option also. When you are going to settings, you can see one option display and brightness. In display and brightness, sometimes this true tone will be turned on. If true tone is turned on, your phone's color may change according to situation. If you don't want that, you can turn this off. And when you are buying new iPhone 15, you will get some offers. In settings above, you can see service included with purchase. Click on this option, and here you can see offers. You will get Apple Music for 6 months, Apple Arcade for 3 months, and Apple TV Plus for 3 months. Before the date is getting over, you can avail these offers. If you are using mouth mask, you need to set Face ID with mask option. For that, go to settings. After that, here you can see Face ID and passcode. Click on this option, and in this option, you can see one option Face ID with a mask. You need to turn that on. When you are turning on that, it will recognize you with mask also. And if you want to set alternative appearance, you can do that also. And if you want, you can use this settings to add another face. And if you want, you can use assistive touch option also. Go to settings option. In settings, you can see accessibility option. Click on accessibility. In accessibility, you can see touch option. Click on this option. Here you can see assistive touch. If you want, you can turn this on. When you are turning on, you can see a button like this. When you are clicking on this button, you can see some options. Home button is there, notification center option is there. So this is a shortcut button. If you want, you can use that. If you are using iPhone 15 and you want to measure any length, what you need to do is, in utilities, you can see one app, measure. Click on this measure application. After that, you can measure anything. Here you can see one plus button. By clicking on this plus button, you can set starting point and ending point. When you are clicking on that starting and ending point, you can see that measurement correctly. So if you want to measure anything, you can use this. If you want to create sticker from photos, what you need to do is go to Photos application and select the photo of which you want to create stickers. After that, long press on that photo. When you are long pressing, you can see one option add to sticker. Click on add to sticker, and when you are clicking on that, your sticker will be added here. So adding sticker is very simple. And normally in your smartphone, app will be refreshed in background. If you want to disable that refreshing for any application, you can do that. For that, go to settings. In settings, you can see one option general. Click on general. In general, you can see background app refresh. Here every application is turned on. If you want to disable background app refresh for any application, you can turn that off. And in iPhone 15, if you want to turn off your smartphone, just clicking on power button will not work. What you need to do is, you need to click on power button and volume down button together. Then only that turn off option will come. If you want to take screenshot, what you need to do is click on this power button and volume up button together. When you are clicking on that, screenshot will be taken. And from any browser, if you want to save any photo, just long press on that photo, and you can see save to photos option. And in Safari browser, like every other browsers, you are getting incognito mode. For that, click on this tab option, and here you can see private button. Click on that, and here you can add tab and browse for anything. An interesting feature is that when you are closing this tab and again if you are opening, it will not open automatically. You need to confirm with your Face ID, then only that tab will be opened. So that's an interesting feature. If you want to use your smartphone in one hand mode, you can do that. For that, from here swipe down. When you are swiping down, it will reach one hand mode, and from here only you can access everything. So that's also an interesting feature. And in your smartphone, when you are calling anyone, when you are going to control center, you can see mic mode option. Just long press on this, and here you can see so many options: standard, voice isolation, and wide spectrum. If you want to remove background noise, you can select voice isolation. That's an interesting feature. So these are some tips and tricks in iPhone 15. If you think I have missed anything, just comment down. Hope this video was helpful for you. If you find it helpful, consider subscribing. See you in the next video.